The secret of the Wadi-e-Noor.
In the previous episode, we saw Prince Zaid face the greatest trial of the heart inside Wadi-e-Noor. Standing firm against whispers, desires, and the ego, he proved that power without faith is meaningless. The king of the jinn, Qahaar, and the guardian Nooran accepted his patience and piety, and Wadi-e-Noor entrusted him with a sacred trust. A trust that was not power, but responsibility. Yet as he departed, a voice warned him, the real trial is about to begin. The sound of the Fajr prayer echoed in Prince Zaid's ears, but his heart was still lost in Wadi-e-Noor. When he opened his eyes, he found himself near the Kingdom of Nooran. The first rays of the sun touched the earth, yet Zaid knew that the true darkness was still ahead of him. He whispered softly, "O Allah, keep me steadfast upon what you have taught me," and he turned his horse towards the palace. As soon as Prince Zaid entered the palace, he felt a strange silence. The courtiers' faces were tense, and the guards spoke in hushed whispers. Zaid's heart began to race. He called out to a servant, "Where is my father?" Tears welled up in the servant's eyes. "Prince, the king is gravely ill." Zaid staggered. He ran at once towards the king's chamber. King Salman bin Arif lay weak upon his bed. His breathing was heavy, yet his eyes still shone with light. Zaid held his hand. The king spoke softly, "Zaid, I know you have been to Wadi-e-Noor." Zaid was startled. "How do you know?" The king smiled gently. "The light Allah places on a face cannot be hidden." Then his voice trembled. "My son, a great trial is approaching the kingdom. On the eastern border, King Qahaar has gathered his army. He does not seek land alone, he seeks to steal faith." The tyrant King Qahaar. Qahaar, the king who mocked worship. He used to say, "Power is everything. God is only a support for the weak." He had declared, "Either the Kingdom of Nooran submits to me or it will be erased." Fear spread through the court. That night, Prince Zaid stood upon the palace roof. Before him lay two paths, war, bloodshed and destruction, or submission to buy temporary peace. At that moment, the voice of Wadi-e-Noor echoed within his heart. Justice, patience and piety, this is true kingship. Tears filled Zaid's eyes. "O Allah, grant me the courage to choose what pleases you, not what seems easy to me." The next morning, Zaid declared in the court, "We will not start a war, but we will not bow before oppression either. We place our trust in Allah." Some courtiers panicked. "Prince, we do not have strength like Qahaar." Zaid replied calmly, "Strength is not in numbers, it is in intention." That same night, the enemy army drew near. A soft light spread through the air. From the mist, a voice emerged. "O Zaid, we will not raise swords, but we will strip arrogance from your enemies' hearts." It was the Jinn King Qahaar. Then Nooran's voice followed. "This is Allah's help, with one condition, your intention must remain pure." Before the battle even began, despair spread through Qahaar's army. Soldiers turned against one another, and Qahaar himself was overtaken by fear. He screamed, "This is magic!" But the truth was, when Allah helps, victory comes even without swords. Qahaar was defeated and taken captive. Qahaar was brought before Zaid. Trembling, he begged, "Kill me." Zaid recited a verse from the Quran, "And those who pardon people." Then he said, "I will not kill you, but your oppression will end." Qahaar was exiled. A few days later, King Salman passed away. The entire city mourned. Zaid ascended the throne, but before wearing the crown, he prostrated and said, "This is not a throne, it is a trust." At that moment, a gentle light appeared, as if Wadi-e-Noor itself had accepted his choice. People still say, Zaid was a king, but first and foremost, a servant of Allah, and Wadi-e-Noor still exists, but it is seen only to those whose hearts are illuminated with truth and faith.